I get shit done, I have fun. It's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking through.
Hey, welcome to the Business Renovator. So why cleaning up your messes and incompletes energizes you? Great question. Before we jump into that though, if you're watching this live today, wherever you are in the world, thank you for being here. And if you're not able to watch it live and you're catching on the replay, that's fantastic. Hashtag replay and let us know where you're watching in from. And if you've got a question, a comment, share that with us as well, whether you're live or on the replay. And also the other ask I have is if you would be so kind to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share that with your friends and associates. It'd be fantastic. So I'm Coach Phil. We're going to jump into the topic today, but I want to have my sponsor, Focal Point, welcome back. Shameless plug. I'm actually one of the several hundred business coaches around the globe. If you have a question for a business coach, fire it my way. The information is right there at the bottom of the screen, ticker taping along the way. And it could be in one of four categories, just to get you thinking. It could be time, could be around your team, could be around finances, money, and it could be around futures or exit strategies or succession planning that you want to do with your business. If any of those resonate with you, shoot me an email. Let's have a conversation. Nothing to buy, no credit cards to bring with you. Just your question. And if I don't have the answer to your question, because of the association with many other coaches, we can introduce you to somebody that could address it for you. So, why cleaning up your messes? Why bother, right? So, I'm going to start with one, probably my most recent one right now, and that was my books. They were on a bookshelf, and they were not necessarily in the best of order. And so I changed the order that they were in, and the stories I was telling myself before I actually got the books in order, man, it's amazing how powerful our imagination is. I was telling myself all the reasons why it would be hard, why it would take forever, and what the pain in the butt would be. And, I've got better things to do than sort books out. I should probably hire somebody and just get them to come to do it. Somebody whose strength is organizing. And there's some great people that can do that for you. But I procrastinated on that mess. I didn't actually even hire somebody to do it. But over the course of the holidays, because I'm part of a mastermind group, and in the mastermind group, they kind of keep you accountable to things that you want to do. And one of the things I want to do is start cleaning up my messes. And that's one of the focuses of our mastermind group, is to clean up the messes in a variety of different areas. So one of mine was the books. I'm sharing that with you today. And, the story I told myself was bigger and more magnificent than the actual reality of the situation. What I ended up doing was, over the course of the holidays, I took pictures of all of the back sides of the books, because they were not in any chronological order. They were just in disorder. And then what I did was took all of those pictures, went through them, and typed them into a spreadsheet in the order that they showed up in the images. And then I, using the powers of the spreadsheet, was able to put them in alphabetical order, and I decided to do it by author's last name. And for the most part, that worked really, really well. There's a few anomalies that didn't quite work well for, where you had double authors or triple authors. It was pretty hard to do that. But anyway, we muddled along and got it done. There's only about half a dozen books where I have that situation. So for the most part, they're there. So anything I want to know in the terms of the hard books that I've got available in my library, if you look behind me, let's go here. I'm not a very good weatherman. There we go. Over here, we have clouds and snow coming. Just kidding. But just in that shelf there, those are all of the hardcover books that I have of Brian Tracy's. So if I'm having a conversation with a client, or if I'm looking for some information or content written by Brian Tracy, I can just turn around, go to that shelf, and get that book or two, whichever one they are, whether it be Eat That Frog or Being a Sales Superstar or whatever. Many Miles to Go. That's one of my favorite books by Brian. It was in his early days, and it's a story about how he traveled from Canada, which is where he's originally from, to South Africa, and all the lessons along the way, and how he almost died. Anyway, he didn't die. He's been around. He's written 80 books, and proud to be one of his many certified business coaches and trainers. So that was one of the first ones in most recent times. However, another coaching company, Dan Sullivan, the strategic coach, back in the 90s, I was running and organizing a monthly networking breakfast. We named it the Winner's Circle Networking Breakfast, networking for fun and profit. So what's that got to do with messes and cleaning them up? Well, I got, because I'm the organizer, I get to pick people to come, and I was able to encourage one of the strategic coaches in our local area to come and talk to us. And as a result of that, I had a relationship issue and challenge that I was a mess for me. It wasn't just about books. It's about, could be any area of your life where there's a mess. So I had one around relationships. So he was at the front of the room talking to us about different things, Rolodexes and cleaning up messes in your desk and your books. And maybe it's relationships. It's like he was talking to me specifically. Anyway, as a result of hearing his messages, I went and dealt with the relationship issue and got that sorted out and moved on. And it was painful to go through. And I've been procrastinating, and I was overwhelming myself with the stories I was telling myself about how awful this would be, and the outcome, the possible outcome I didn't want to have happen could happen. And so when I came to grips with that, as a result of being poked in the eye by this wonderful coach, I dealt with it. And dealing with the messes actually allows you to get energized, really, is where I'm going to take this. See, what ends up happening often is we get overwhelmed by the stories we tell ourselves, by the messes we have, the incompletes we have. So just imagine if you looked at your life now in our world at Focal Point, we use a diamond map. And so the diamond map is based on 4 axes. At the bottom is health and fitness. To the left is relationships, both personally and professional. And then to the right across from that would be your career, your vocation, your business. And on the top of that axis would be finances. So if you look at all 4 of those aspects of your life, what messes or incompletes are you procrastinating on or avoiding or not doing it? Just imagine if you were to clean them up. You could have the same kind of energy that I've gained from cleaning up my books over here and over there, because I have several bookshelves, and also relationships. You could make them better, stronger, more magnificent, or fix them, or end them, whatever it is. Clean up the messes, clean up the incompletes. So, don't get overwhelmed. Don't let the stories in your head get in the way. And by taking these actions, what's going to happen? In the title we talk about, will energize you. And the reason it energizes you is because I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not going to go into that side of it, but it energizes you because you get the feel good stuff. And if you keep track of your successes and the feel good wins that you've done, whether it's been something that was tough, like a relationship I was talking about that was getting in the way, I survived that. So that goes on my success list. And building the success list builds your efficacy, which really your causative power, get shit done mindset. And that's what this can do, is actually help you get more shit done. So let's wrap this up with what you will gain from actually doing this. And what you gain is getting focus, clarity, and motivated. That's what comes from cleaning up the messes and getting things done. So what could you do? What could you take on? What are you procrastinating about? That if you got that done, what could you take on next? Just saying. Anyway, who's here with me today? It's a Facebook user. I'm not sure who this Facebook user is, but thank you for being here. And thank you for affirming a good day to me. I appreciate that. Last thing for today is I want you to remember to do this. I'm looking off screen here to go find the banner because this is an amazing tool that I have that I'm able to share these tidbits with you. Again, another mentor of mine a few decades ago introduced this idea of wonderful, and the you in there is deliberately there because it's representing you and thinking yourself in your greatness and in your wonderfulness. Now go out there and act like it. Be like yourself, be like your wonderful uniqueness. The you is you and unique. So go act like it and clean up some messes and get energized. It's Joe Norcott. Look at that. He's told me who he is. Yeah, I guess StreamYard needs you to tell it who you are. So it's does its thing. So thank you for being here, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, he's a great guy. So with that, let's wrap this up for another session and move on to getting shit done.
I get shit done, I have fun. It's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking